Good day, my dear students. In this video session, let us learn how to determine the temperature distribution through the composite wall subjected to the conduction and convection in heat transfer using finite element method. Let us consider the problem of a composite wall consisting of two materials of each thickness 0.06 meter and 0.02 meters, and thermal conductivity of both the materials are K1 6 watt per meter degree Celsius and K2 20 watt per meter degree Celsius. And here this composite wall is subjected to the convection on the right side surface. Convection on the right side, convection heat transfer on the right side surface, that is, it is given by H, let us take 1000 watt per meter square degree Celsius, and the ambient temperature -5 degree Celsius. And this is the inner surface of the composite wall, and this is outer surface. And inner surface of the composite wall is having temperature, the wall temperature, inside wall temperature, consider 20 degrees Celsius. Now, in this heat transfer subjected to the conduction and convection, we will determine the temperature distribution through this composite wall consisting of two materials using finite element method. Now, the solution for this, let us generate a finite element model for this composite wall consisting of two elements, three nodes, and each element will represent the materials. Two materials, we will generate finite element model with two elements, and each element is having the length that is given, that is the thickness of each material 0.06 and 0.02. Now let us generate the conductivity matrices for both the elements. Now conductivity matrix for element 1, it is given by, as you know, the formula K1 A1 by L1. The order of the matrix 1 minus 1 minus 1 1, order of the matrix is 2 cross 2, since the element with two nodes having at each node 1 degree of freedom, that is the temperature. Okay, now where K1 is the thermal conductivity of the material of the element 1, and A1 area is given unity area. Now K1 will find conductivity matrix. Let us substitute thermal conductivity value for the first element, that is 6 divided by L1 0.06. Let us calculate this ratio. 6 divided by 0.06, that is 100. We got, okay, inside you write 100 minus 100. You may take outside common also, but that common has to be maintained for both the elements, same common. Write the DOF numbers 1 to 1 2, because this element 1 consisting of two nodes numbered with initial node 1, final node 2. Now next, by using the same formula, you find the conductivity matrix for element 2, K2, that is K2 A2 by L2, 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. And what is the thermal conductivity value for element 2, that is 20, and thickness is 0.02. Calculate this ratio, 20.02, 1000. Okay, I'll write inside 1000 minus 1000 minus 1000, 1000, and write the DOF numbers 2 3 2 3 for element 2. Now let us find the global conductivity matrix by assembling these two element matrices K1 and K2. Okay. Now generate global conductivity matrix. Global conductivity matrix. Okay. Since there are three nodes, at each node 1 degree of freedom, that is the temperature, hence we got the global conductivity matrix of the order, we will get 3 cross 3. You generate 3 rows and 3 columns and write the DOF numbers 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and let us transfer the K1 matrix, first element conductivity matrix, to this box having DOF numbers 1, 2, 1, 2. Next, transfer the K2 element terms, that is conductivity matrix for element 2, to this box, that is 2, 3, 2, 3. You will get one common term here which is available in both the matrices. Now we got the first K1 conductivity matrix for element 1. The values we got 100, minus 100, minus 100, 100. Next, transfer the terms K2 into this box 2, 3, 2, 3, that is 1000, minus 1000, minus 1000, 1000, and remaining the blank you just write it as 0. This is what the global conductivity matrix. Now, considering the convection occurs here on the right side surface of this composite wall. That means at node 3. At node 3 means then, that is, since convection occurs at node 3, that is on the right side surface of the wall, then H equals to 1000 watt per meter square degree Celsius to be added up to K33 term. What is the K33 term? Here, this is the K33 term. If it is on the left side surface at node 1, then it should have been added to K11 term. Now in this case on the right side surface, then add up to K33 term. Now the new value of K33 we got, existing value is 1000. Now this is 1000 plus H value, if you add, then plus H will get new value 2000. Then the global conductivity matrix will become 100, minus 100, 0, minus 100, 1100, 1000 plus 100, 1100, minus 1000, 0, minus 1000, then 1000 multiplied by. Now we will write. Now here we have, okay, 1000 is there. Now by adding up this H value, this K33 term will become 2000. You write here 2000. Now we have considered both conduction and convection, and right, as we know that global equilibrium equation for this conduction and convection is given by K into T is equal to R, where K is the global conductivity matrix and T is the temperature and R is the heat rate vector. Temperature values are T1, T2, T3 across the wall. That means this is T1, it is already given 20 degrees Celsius, and this is T2, and this one is T3, wall temperature, right side wall temperature, and ambient temperature is -5. Okay, is equal to R1, R2, R3. Okay, since the convection occurs on the right side surface, that is at node 3, then R3 is equal to, I'll write, the heat rate will be H into T infinity, that is -5 into 1000. You will get -5000 R3, and R1 is 0, R2 is 0, since there is no heat rate at node 1 and node 2. Okay, now we will solve these three equations to get the values of T2 and T3. T1 is known, that is the inside wall temperature, that is 20 degrees Celsius, which is T1. Okay, as we know that the boundary condition, now we can solve for the temperatures by handling the boundary conditions in FEM. We have three methods: elimination approach, penalty approach, and multi-constraint approach to handle the boundary conditions in FEM. But the boundary condition in this problem is T1 is equal to 20 degrees Celsius, which is the specified value of the field variable. The field variable is air temperature for the heat transfer. Now T1 is equal to 20 degrees Celsius. Now using elimination approach. Now we will use elimination approach. Now let us use, okay. Now use elimination approach to handle the boundary condition. Elimination approach. Okay. Using elimination approach, the boundary condition given is at node 1, that is T1 is 20 degrees Celsius. Hence eliminate the first row, first column. Only remaining two equations have to be solved for T2 and T3. Okay. Now the remaining two equations we will consider. Since T1 is a non-zero boundary condition, 20 degrees Celsius, in remaining two equations we should consider these two cancelled terms also. That is, I will start from first equation, that is minus 100 into T1 plus 1100 T2 minus 1000 T3 is equal to 0. Next, third equation, this equation will refer 0 into T1, that is you will get 0 minus 1000 T2, okay, plus 2000 T3 is equal to minus 5000. Okay, now let us solve these two equations. Okay, and T1 we know 20 degrees Celsius, we substitute. Okay, now we solve these two equations for T2 and T3. Here what I will do, 1100 T2 minus 1000 T3 is equal to 100 into 20, that is 2000 you will get, you take it on the RHS, you get plus 2000, and this is 0, here minus 1000 T2 plus 2000 T3 is equal to minus 5000. We solve these two. Okay, if you solve these two by using the equation, that is two variables. Now A1 is here 1100, B1 minus 1000, C1 2000, A2 minus 1000, B2 2000, C2 minus 5000. Okay, we got T2, we got T2 value, temperature at node 2 minus 0.833 degrees Celsius, and T3 we got minus 2.916 degree Celsius. This is how we can determine the temperature across the node 2 and node 3 through the composite wall consisting of here two materials. T1 is already given. This 20 degrees Celsius temperature during the heat transfer, it is transferred to up to T infinity minus 5. Here we got 20 degrees Celsius has been reduced to temperature minus 0.833 degrees Celsius. Next, it is reduced to minus 2.916. Last, it is ambient minus 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, and now just we will compare using a finite element method. We need to solve like this by using this elimination approach. Now we will compare these results just for verification. We will verify these results with the analytical results. As we know, analytical results. Okay, now I will use analytical method. Okay, in analytical method, okay, you know that using Newton's law and Fourier's law, now the heat flux, since it is the unit area, now heat rate per unit area, I will use what is the initial temperature T1 and final temperature is T infinity divided by, now there is no convection here of the inside surface, now conduction in the material 1, L1 by K1 plus L2 by K2, sorry, plus 1 by H0, that is outside surface, the convection will take place. T1 is given 20 degrees Celsius minus T infinity is minus 5 divided by L1 by K1. L1 is 0.06, K1 is 6 plus L2 0.02 and K2 is 20 plus next 1 by H0, that is 1 by H0, that is 1000 watt per meter square degrees. Now Q we will get 25, 20 minus of minus 5, and we will solve 0.06 divided by 6, we will get 0.01 plus 0.2 by 20, 0.001 plus 0.001. This plus 0.001 plus 0.01. You get 0.012, 25 divided by 0.012, that will give you 25 divided by 2083.33 watts per meter square. Okay, now this heat rate, heat flux can be equated to, here the conduction will take place. I will write k dt by dx, k1 by L1, that is the dx for element 1, and here I will write T1 minus T2. T1 is already known, 2083.33 cube, and K1 value, that is 6, and L1 0.06 into T1, that is given 20, minus T2 is unknown. Now 2083.33 into 06 divided by 6. 20.833 is equal to 20 minus T2 we got. Therefore, T2 is equal to, if you take it on the left side, 20 minus 20.83, you will get minus of 0.833 degrees Celsius. This is the temperature at the junction of these two materials, which we got same as in finite element method. It is verified. Now T3, how will you verify? Now we'll use again the conduction here, the same value of Q, 2083.33 is equal to K2 by L2. I will write 20 divided by L2 is 0.02 into T2 minus T3. You substitute for T2, already we have calculated here. Now here I will write, okay. Now therefore 2083.33 is equal to, now 20, this one 20 by 0.02 into what is T2 minus 0.833 minus T3, okay. Now if you calculate 3 into 0.02 divided by, you get 2.0833 is equal to minus 0.833 minus T3. Therefore T3 is equal to T3, you take it on left side, and here this to be added up, you will get plus 0.833. We got minus 2.916 degrees Celsius, which we got the same as, this is temperature on the outside wall temperature is minus 2.916 degrees Celsius, which we got in using finite element method, the same, and last ambient temperature is minus 5. This is how the temperature is going to vary from inside surface 20 degrees Celsius to ambient minus 5 degrees Celsius. This is what the temperature distribution. Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy.